In this video, we're going to talk about the balance sheet certification process and the capabilities that exist within Redwood Finance Automation. Before the balance sheet certification process can start, we'll receive a notification in My Tasks telling me that there are new accounts that have been discovered and that I need to add the attributes to put these accounts in the workflow so they can be properly reconciled. Here I have a note that's showing me a table with all the new accounts that were discovered, and here I have the ability to drill into this table so I can maintain these accounts. The accounts will inherit the qualities from the ERP, but you'll notice there are certain attributes that are left blank. So if I wanted to add an auto certification type for this particular account, I could simply double click and then choose the right auto certification rule. Some of the attributes have been automatically filled in based on the type of account or the reconciliation group. So in this case, since this was an intangible asset for this particular company code, we automatically know who the preparer and the approver are. Once I've made the proper changes, I can simply save and close this, and as soon as I have the proper attributes set up for these accounts, I can simply confirm that we are ready to start the balance sheet certification process. As part of the balance sheet certification functionality, you have visibility into the status of the reconciliations that are in process. I can simply click on my balance sheet dashboard and you'll see several different types of reconciliation dashboards that are available within Finance Automation. The first dashboard that we'll review is simply a reconciliation summary. Here you'll notice that you have filters across the top so you can look forward to different days or you can look back into different periods to see the reconciliation status and compare it to where you are during your current close period. You also have other filters here where you can change the view by subcategory of your balance sheet. Every area of the graphs and charts are fully drillable and can change the filters. So for example, if I wanted to simply just see the fixed assets, I could click here, or I could filter over here by subcategory. By changing the filter, I will change the detail down below. The detail down below can be drilled into, and you can go directly into the reconciliation form and see the work that's been done, any notes or attachments or actions that have taken place. Individual preparers and reviewers also have their own dashboard. This is called the operational dashboard. When I drill into the operational dashboard, you'll see that there are two roles presented. I can view my dashboard as a preparer or if I have any reconciliations or accounts that need to be approved. The overview section will tell you exactly what needs to be analyzed. This is very important because we are actually telling the preparer the number of line items that need to be analyzed. For example, I can notice that out of the 3 accounts that are active for me as a preparer, the total number of lines in all of the accounts are just over 22,000. However, based on the business rules that were configured for these different accounts, we have automatically corrected over 22,000 accounts, or 99.5% of the lines that would need to be analyzed. We'll give you an example here in a second as we drill into a reconciliation form. What this does is it just leaves just over 0.5% lines that remain where a preparer will actually have to review and analyze the lines. I want to go in there and certify the account within this dashboard here, and I can simply drill into the account name, and this will take me into a reconciliation form. Just to give you an orientation to the reconciliation form, at the top you can have comments and attachments related to this reconciliation, and I could simply tab over there and view any carry forward notes or attachments from a previous reconciliation period. The information at the top would be coming directly from your ERP system. You'll receive such information as which system these accounts are coming from, the company code, the period, and then any information around the account group, account texts, and the balance information. If I collapse this section, let's focus on the breakup table. Breakup tables are similar to a pivot table in Excel, and they allow the accountant to simply go in here and sort and filter the different lines and change the filters by clicking on a different part of the breakup table. This one is set up by status of lines and aging buckets. But I also have other views that I can sort this by, including document type and profit center, and really any way that you would like to break up this data. As a preparer, what I'm interested in are those lines that are unanalyzed. As we had noted before, there are 570 lines that are marked as correct. And what correct means is that each one of these lines were analyzed, and that through automation we are able to mark correct 570 lines. You can see the detail of all those lines below, and the reviewed status is marked as correct. What I really want to focus on are these 6 lines that remain unanalyzed. So if I click on this number 6 here, what you'll see is I've changed the filter that's showing me the 6 lines that I now need to analyze. Not only will it tell me that they're unanalyzed, but I also have a reason why they were unanalyzed. In this case, we had a business rule that said if the posting date is after a certain date or within a certain age range, we simply want someone to look at this and verify that this line item substantiates the balance for this account. So for a user, now instead of having to look at 576 lines, I can simply focus on the 6 lines that didn't validate. I have several things that I can do here as a user. I can always go in there and look at attachment lists, but as I click on one or many of these items, I have the option to export this data if I want to look at further analysis, maybe in Excel for example. If I need to clear this line or lines back in the ERP system, I can perform that action here. I could simply mark this as review, add comments to support my decision, add additional documentation, add additional comments, or I could create an action item. So let's say, for example, that the owner of this line item may be someone else in the organization. By simply clicking on action item, I can create an action item for another individual, even put a deadline for follow-up so that I can make sure that the action item has been done correctly. This creates a separate workflow so we know that we're working all the line items that we need to reconcile or to certify for this particular balance. Once I'm done analyzing these lines, I can simply request a review, add any additional comments, and then I can go back to my dashboard and continue to work down the list of all the accounts that need my attention. Once this line item has become complete for the preparer, it will now show up in the Approvers tab as active, and they're able to then click into this reconciliation or to this form, see any detail or any comments or actions that the preparer has taken, and then be able to approve this reconciliation. Once this account reconciliation is complete, all of the information supporting documentation, notes, and workflow will be put into a secure archive so the auditor has views of any reconciliations that have been complete. This concludes the overview of the balance sheet certification functionality within Redwood's finance automation. Please make sure that you check back to this channel on a frequent basis as new videos are added all the time. Thanks.